Now we're going to talk briefly about another interval, which is fourths, and we're going to talk about tritones because they're like popular intervals that cats use. And so first would be the fourth. So like a fourth type chord is going to again be 1, and then my fourth of that F is B flat, and the fourth of that B flat is E flat. So a lot of times this kind of interval is used like in a lot of jazz stuff, and so you, and a lot of times these intervals work over like any root note. Because you want kind of a tension type thing. So basically, they're fourths if you're just looking at it as not having a root. So like, but once you add the root, now it's like a C6, 6-9. But we're gonna think about it without the root. And again, it's just you want to learn all these intervals. So I will basically just go through every key and learn everything. And it's all gonna sound the same, just gonna be a higher pitch. And then if you want to add another note on top for a bigger sound. So again, like I said, a lot of these they kind of use to create tension. Like before we had the fourth interval, now you got a 4.5 or flat 5, however you want to look at it. And learn them all in all your keys. Like I said, a lot of times they're used for preaching stuff or shouts or songs. It's like in a minor key, and basically a way to apply it. You know, this is the untheoretical approach. How I used to think about it when I wanted to find my bass note. Basically, whenever I had a tritone, I knew I had two choices for my bass note. I knew that my bass note could either be a whole step in from this note or a whole step in from this note, meaning I could use a flat or a D. Same thing. So here I could either use a G or C sharp. And basically just depends on whatever key you're in to kind of let you know. So say we're doing a preaching move and this is gonna be real hollow sounding. So really, on organ it'll be a lot fuller, or even if you got a bass player. So basically, if I got a bass player, if I'm on organ, then I do. And basically, flat. E flat is my fourth. So that's a circle. And even if you do this, so we still in E flat, and you're approaching your 4. That's all circles. They have a certain sound too. And so again, I'll do that. And also this is more of a bass type thing, but that's how a bass player tunes, you know what I'm saying? Like standardly he gonna be B, E, A, D, G, C if you have a 6th string, you know what I'm saying? So even in his movements, that's what with his strings, that's how he, is able to kind of hit his notes real comfortably. Okay. Talk about learning songs. So my plan is to take one of the songs off of Kurt Carr's album and just kind of break it down, called God, Great God. So bass player comes in.
Let's join together as one great church with one great praise to our great and mighty God. Here we go.
So first I'll break down the intro, and basically it's guitar, but a lot of times the piano player could kind of probably play, and basically the key. So by now you know it's in C. So I kind of break down those chords, and one of these chords you already know, and two of them we didn't discuss, but I'll explain them real quick. So it's in C. This chord right here, they call this a sus chord. Sus chord. This would be like a sus 4 chord. Basically, it's on C, but you have that 4 in there. I'm gonna go over a few of the substitutions that I use as like standards, like, you know what I'm saying, almost all the time. The first one is just basically changing a minor to a major. So by knowing our standard progressions, we know that normally like our 2, 3, and 6 are minor. So most of the times I use that minor to a major substitution, definitely on my 6. Sometimes I do it on the 2. So if we're in A flat, I'll give you an example of that. Now, a lot of times I use it when I'm doing like a 7-3-6 progression, or either way, or when I'm trying to approach the 6. So earlier we talked about, so that's a 7-3-6, and I went to a minor 7-9 type chord. So if I sub it with a major, then that means I just change